Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Fur Baby Summit. We are here with our next session, and this is going to be an amazing session. This is with Stefanie LaHart. Stephanie is first of all, Stephanie is an amazing, amazing, amazing marketer. She is the head of Boomtown Marketing. And she teaches she teaches people how to find their audience on social media, how to build a loyal customer base, and how to spread their message. Now, she's one of the hardest working women in marketing. She's an avid runner. This is true. And she's a huge advocate for a pit bull rescue and an amazing speaker and friend. And that pit bull rescue is angelcitypits.org. So, but aside from that, I will say this woman here can make your Instagram into something of perfection. We could all use you as a clone, please. So without going on, I'm going to turn this over to you. And everybody, just if you're catching this live, take notes. If you're catching it on the replays, listen to it again. So you're going to love this one.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. We're excited.
Awesome. All righty then. Thank you so much for having me. Scott and Stephanie have just been great friends of mine since I think I met you now maybe 5 years ago at one of our conventions, and we got along famously. And I love every time Scott messages me and say, hey, do you want to be a part of this? My answer is always yes, because here's why. Scott is the master of SEO. And if you Google my name, anything I've been involved with you guys is always top of the list. So if I'm not doing a lot to promote myself and then you're like, do you want to be in some? I'm like, yes, because then I just shoot to the top of the Google search again. So I'm like, yes, the answer is always yes. So thank you very much. I'm very happy to be there. Yes, you mentioned the pit bull rescue. I'm going to get into this. And let me just mention, so I do have a pit bull named Charlie, and he is laying on the floor next to me. Now, normally, if I was doing an online course like this or a meeting, I would crate him so I wouldn't be disturbed. But I figured since it's fur babies, we're just going to free range it today. He might be making an appearance. Okay. All right.
We would love it.
Awesome. Okay, so the title of my presentation today is then how to use your Instagram to build your pet-based business, which we're going to get into. I also just want to preface it by saying you don't necessarily have to have a pet business to use the tools and the tips that I'm going to give you. Maybe you're interested in maybe building up like a pet influencer kind of project on Instagram, or maybe you're working with a pet rescue or a pet charity that you want to help them with their marketing. This is also going to help you. So I just wanted to make sure that, don't feel like you have to have like maybe the traditional sense of a pet business, like a store or something. You can also use all of these techniques in order to fulfill whatever else you're working on. That might be pet-based and other aspects of your life. So with that said, I'm going to do a screen share. I have an awesome presentation for you guys. Let me get this set up here. And can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. And let me make this into presentation mode. Yes, I spent a lot of time. I picked all the cutest pet pictures for you guys. Welcome, Fur Baby Summit attendees, to the How to Grow Your Pet Business on Instagram. I'm Stefanie LaHart, the founder, CEO, and brains behind Boomtown Marketing. What we do is we help businesses just like you find your audience, spread your message, and increase your revenue, because that's what it's about. And the fact that we can do it for our pets or a pet-based business is even better. Listen, I didn't grow up with dogs, but now I can't imagine my life without them. That's my dog, Charlie, in the front. Like I said, I'm the founder of Boomtown Marketing, and I'm also a rescuer of animals. I've been rescuing animals my entire life, besides not being allowed to have my own pet. Thanks, Mom and Dad. But I've also been a social media marketer for over 20 years now. I know it sounds crazy, but you guys, Facebook launched in 2000 or something, right? So social media has been around a long time. I've been there since the beginning. And along the way, I help businesses and brands use social media to find their pack, grow their business, and create positive change while increasing profits. Because while I've been doing my main business, I've always been involved in a charity. Years ago, I actually ran my own breast cancer charity. Now I have devoted my time to animal charities. And let's talk about where Charlie came into this. This is my dog, Charlie. He's a 3-year-old pit bull. I adore him. Literally, I understand now when people say if they could marry their dog, they would. I would marry him in a second. I just adore him. He's the sweetest little guy ever. He had a rocky start. That's a picture of him when they found him on the streets of LA, starving. He doesn't look that way anymore. He's got a big old belly, and I make sure he keeps it that way because he is loved. And I got him when I was volunteering over at Angel City Pit Bulls. They work specifically with the LA shelters, and they pull the pit bulls and bully breeds from the shelters, and they rehabilitate them, they train them, they foster them, they find them homes. They're an awesome organization, and I'm proud to have run the marathon for them for 3 years running to help them raise money. They are an awesome organization, and that's how I got my Charlie. Now, let me tell you real quickly, I didn't even tell you guys. So I'm also involved in a new charity. So actually, this charity's been around for over 10 years. They're called Drive-By Do-Gooders. What they do is they go down to Skid Row and supply the people down there with food and water and basic necessities on the few days of the year that it actually rains in LA. They provide tarps and things like that. They were interested in building out an animal rescue aspect of what they do. So I am spearheading that. So all of the animal companions that they have down there, I am now building out their animal companion rescue plan. What we're doing now is finding sustainable donations. So every week we're going to go down there with food, water, medications, supplies, leashes, collars, and things like that. Because here's the thing, even when you're homeless, you might have an animal companion, and we want to make sure that we are supporting you and them in that. And I have to tell you, Stefanie, I was just down there 2 weeks ago doing one of our first runs, handing out food and water and things, and they were so grateful to have this, help for their pets. And let me tell you, their pets looked great. I mean, they truly care about them and take care of them, and they just need a little help. So we are building that out now. I'll give you guys more about that at the end, but if you want to try, check them out there, drivebydogooders.org. And it is something that we are building out a plan to help them on a weekly basis. So there's a video I'll have to, it's actually linked in my presentation. So you guys will have access to my slides afterwards and you can watch the video. So let me get through this now. Oh, I went into their website. Hold on. Let me get back here. It gets a little tricky on the slides when you link them sometimes. I'm using an awesome program called Canva, which I'll tell you about. Okay, here's the overview for what we're going to cover in the next 30 minutes. Let me see how much time I have. Yep, I should be able to do this. Okay, we're going to go over the Instagram advantage. We're going to talk about what's the difference between a personal versus a business account. We're going to show you 4 ways to use your IG for your business right now. I'm going to discuss with you the secrets of the algorithm. I'm going to show you some DM best practices. We're going to talk about what's creative content, how to schedule for success, and I'm going to give you a couple of case studies. In fact, I'm going to talk really quickly about the first 5 things I've listed there, because I want to get into the case studies. Because here, how many people have sat through a training and they give you all these theories and ideas, and then you look back at it for your business or what you want to do, you're like, I don't really know how to apply that. I find it much better to actually pick out some case studies, and what we're going to do is actually dissect their accounts so I can show you exactly how they got to the level of success that they are at, and it'll be easy then to translate it for what you're doing. Okay, so first, Instagram advantage. Here's the advantage of Instagram. It is easy to navigate. Oh my God, I have a misspelling in my slide. It's simple layout, it's highly visual, and it's a minimal ask. When I say minimal ask is, all you really have to do to be active on Instagram is to just scroll, right? Because they're always capturing your views as well. And I don't know about you, but I don't even click like that much anymore. I mean, you're kind of lazy when I'm on Instagram, but I'm getting so much out of it. I have to tell you, I do almost all of my pet shopping on Instagram at this point, because they have the ad integration so good within the stories and within natural feel of the feed. Like, you really can find what you need without having to go over to something like Amazon. Amazon is like decision overwhelm for me. I don't need that many choices. I don't. And so I love to be able to do something like just go. So I have my Instagram set up for my dog, Charlie. I follow all pets on there. So I'm really just like in this whole animal universe. So really the only ads I'm ever seeing are about pets and pet supplies. So it's great. I mentioned that because when you're building your business, you're going to have many people that are like that. Many of your audience will be like that as well. That's why it's going to be important to make sure that you're supplying content and maybe even ads that are going to speak directly to them. Don't want you to ever to think, well, it's too crowded. How would they ever see what I'm doing? Many people out there actually have a couple of different Instagram accounts like me. Like, I have my business one, I have my personal one, and then I have the one for my dog. And the one for my dog is all about pets and animals. So it's a great place then to really build out your business, because trust me, people are doing that too. And Instagram is allowing you for your business, and enables you to tell your unique business story, get discovered by vibrant people people and build an energized community. It is absolutely true. And really, Instagram's mission is to bring you closer to the people and things you love, and supporting businesses is a huge part of that. They say it right in their website. In fact, I might have grabbed it from their website, and it's true. And here's the great thing about Instagram. You don't get distracted by all the other stuff. I mean, the other social media that's out there, they give you too many choices. Again, what did I say? I don't even like Amazon because I get lost in it. Instagram won't do that to you. Okay, let's talk quickly about what's the difference with a personal versus business account. A lot of people get, question this, and they wonder, should I have a personal account? I'm thinking of like maybe building an influencer account for my pet because I want to be involved in that. And or maybe I'm working with a charity or a pet business. What is better? Here's the thing. By default, when you set up your account, it is a personal account. It's very easy when you go into your settings now. You can choose to switch it to, on the personal side, you can be a creator, I think an influencer, I think there's something else, maybe a music one. And then on the business side, that you can also just switch it to business overall. Here's why we want you to switch it to business. I know back in the day, people were always like, oh, if you switch it to business, you don't get as many views. That is a lie. Do not believe people when they say that. That's an absolute lie. You don't get any more views because you're personal. That is not how it works, okay? With an Instagram business account, you actually can get people to take action. You have a lot more tools in there. You can and it's great now because what Instagram finally did was they allow everybody to now put a link. It used to be you had to have 10,000 followers, no more. Every Instagram account now is able to put a link, not only in their posts, but in their stories as well. And also you can easily set up like a shopping navigation. So you can integrate your shopping in there. Again, back in the day, you used to have like over 10,000 followers. They've opened those features up for everyone. You only get it in a business account though. So if you're thinking of selling anything, whether it's a product, service, or something, you do have to have a business account for that. And the other thing that it allows you to do that we love is it allows you to actually directly put your contact details right within your profile. You do not get those features on a personal account. So if you're looking at this from a business aspect, you definitely want to make sure it's a business account. Oh, and the other thing is you get more insights. So you get to see more of what's happening. You get to see your impressions, your reach, people that are interacting with you in an easy interface. So it's all there within the business section. So again, if you're not on business already, just go into your settings, switch it over to business, and you will have a business account with all these goodies. And also, again, if you are thinking of running ads, you do have to have a business account to do that. Now, I will tell you one thing, just so you don't think to yourself, oh my God, my Instagram's broken, it's only me. If you have a personal account and you want to add music to any of your stories or reels, they do give you a larger music library. Okay, so they'll let you use like the really popular stuff that's out there, stuff you're hearing on the radio. On the business side, they do not allow you to have access to that music. You have a music library, but it's not going to be the popular stuff that you hear on the radio. And that's simply because you cannot use music for a paid service if you are not paying royalties to that artist. And that is the reason why, and people get tripped up and they're like, well, I want the cool music. It's like, well, I can show you ways around that, which maybe we'll talk about in my other training, but don't worry about it for now. You do have a music library, but don't think like, hey, I can't use like DJ Khaled because it's not in my list. If it's a business account, you're never using Khaled. Okay, that's just the way it is. But there's other music. Okay, that's the only difference. All right, here we go. Ways to start using your Instagram for your business right now. On your account, what you need to do, you need to find and follow other people and businesses. This is an interactive tool. You cannot simply post and think that your account is going to grow through that. It has to be a two-way street. So whether it's going to be you or an assistant or someone you're going to hire, you do have to constantly be finding, following, and interacting with other people and businesses, okay? And also it's going to give you ideas for your business as well. So don't get there into feeling like, well, I don't want to follow a bunch of accounts because then it makes me look less cool. Like another thing that was kind of back in the day, it's like, I want to have 50,000 followers, but then I only want people to see that I follow 10 accounts because I'm so busy. Like that's just bullshit. Like follow other accounts, it's fine. And now that we have the 3 different views that I'm going to tell you about, it makes more sense. So definitely you want to find and follow other businesses and people. It's going to start actually helping your algorithm, your juice by doing that. Again, if you're already currently a business, you're going to make sure the next thing is invite your current customers to follow you. If you have an email list, a website, or just do in-person events, you want to make sure you're always referring people to your Instagram. Again, getting people to start interacting with you over there and making sure that they know that you are active there. And then moving on, you are going to share your photos and businesses, share your photos and videos about your business. You can feature your products or services. You can make tutorials. You can showcase customer testimonials. This is all going to happen within your Instagram, and these are going to be your content ideas later. Just put a pin in that. We're going to come back to it. And then, of course, hashtags. Oh my God. I am still constantly shocked when I see business accounts that don't use any kind of hashtags. Instagram still tells you, yes, we actively use hashtags. People use hashtags in order to find things. So please make sure you're using your hashtags. I just checked my time and I'm really getting close. So I'm going to talk even faster. All right. Here's what I mentioned about the view. Let me tell you what they just changed this in the last month or two on Instagram. Previously on Instagram, when you came to your home page, okay, your home feed, you had one feed. That was it. They finally just changed it. You now have 3 feeds to view from. You have a home, you have a following, and a favorites. Obviously, your home feed is the usual one. You get served by the Instagram algorithm what they think that you should see just based on your activity and your assumed interest. Now, what happens over in this favorites and followers option is this. If you have followed any accounts, now within that feed, you're only going to see those accounts that you have followed, which again is great if you're a business owner trying to build your business and interacting with specific clients. And now they also give you the option to have a favorites list. Even better. Now all of your top customers or top friends or top referrals, you can put them in this favorites list. And then on that view, you're only going to see them. And here's your call to action number 1. You will also want to make sure now in every piece of posting or content you're putting out there, you are consistently asking people, put me in your favorite list. Say, hey, you don't want to miss anything. Put me in your favorite list, because that's the list that people are going to start seeing first. They're going to check it. Here's how you find it. When you're in your app, if you go up to the top left-hand corner, you click on that button where it says Instagram, you'll get a drop down. It'll say home, following, and favorites. That's how you navigate between those 3 different views, okay? People are going to start using that favorites one more and more. Make sure you're converting your customers over and telling them to put you in their favorites list. Okay. Direct messaging best practices. Here's the thing. Have you guys gotten a lot of spam in your direct messages? Do you? Yes. Where they're just like, I know Scott and Stephanie do, right? Don't do that. Don't use one of these bot services that's going to promise you saying, hey, we're going to help you grow your followers. We have this whole system and all this. Don't do it. People don't fall for it. We're not idiots. We're all people. You see it, you deleted it too, right? What you want to use your direct messages for is as your quick replies. If you're a business, now they have the option. Again, as a business account, you can set up your quick replies. And you want to identify your most frequently asked questions, and that's what you're going to put in your replies. And some of your examples, of course, people are always asking, how much are your products? How much are your services? How can I work with you? What are your payment options? You put those in your quick reply. So as soon as somebody were to start DMing you, they would be able to get those quick replies. Now, if you want to direct message people, maybe your current client list, or even better, because I know that you have started following a lot of pet accounts, if you want to start messaging those accounts directly as a real person, then yes, you can do that through DM. Say you have a great new product. I don't know, let's call it this flea spray that's going to revolutionize everything. What I would do is create a list of like the top 20 dog, Instagrams out there that you've been following. Don't go for the big dog, like the big accounts, like people that have like 200,000 followers. They're probably not going to see your message. Start with people that only have maybe like, I don't know, 50 to 100 followers. Maybe it's a new account. These are the pet clients that you'll be able to talk to and directly message as a normal, natural person. And remember, it's going to be a real message from you. It's not a bot. But if you can get this into a system, you'll find that you'll really be able to increase your sales specifically on certain products or services just by doing that one-on-one outreach. And if you're saying to me, Stephanie, that sounds like a lot of time. Yes, it can be. That's why you're going to hire an assistant to do this stuff, because as a business owner, you don't have time. But I'm telling you, this one-to-one interaction on these smaller accounts, you are going to see absolute increase right there in not only in your engagement, but in people actually wanting to work with you or buy your products and services because they're like, oh, hey, that sounds really good. Let me tell you something. I buy so much stuff from Instagram specifically for my pet because of that, because they're like, hey, I saw that you did this or you have this kind of dog. Because if you didn't know this, pit bulls are very delicate little creatures and they have very sensitive skin. So they need a lot of like this topical, solutions and special shampoo and itch spray. And I buy all of that kind of stuff for my dog. And a lot of times it's because somebody's reached out to me directly and said, we have this product and we saw you have a pit bull. We think you might like it. And it sounds like this is a lot of work, but I'm telling you, you can make a lot of sales from that kind of stuff, because guess what? If I love it, I'm going to tell my friends. So I might turn that one sale into 10 sales for you. So here you go. All right, here we go. Creative content. I put that little dog video on the side because right now that's all you're watching. You're like, that's really cool. And he's doing nothing but moving his head. Your content needs to be that engaging. So if you're sitting there saying, I don't have the time, money, or resources, if you just get even like a stock video like that, and that's what you're posting, especially for a pet-based business, that's great. That's a teaser. That's something people are going to watch, share, and then wonder what's going on there. This would be awesome if you were like trying to sell, I don't know, let's say like a fur brush. You could drop this even into a reel, and then within in the copy area, maybe write more about how they could get this product or interact with your service. That's great. There's tons of this stock video stuff that's out there, and you're going to use it for your content. Because here's what you're going to do. You're going to create a 30-day content calendar. I'm going to help you out with this because I'm going to give you a free social media planner after this. And within that, you're going to identify your content buckets. You're going to look at similar businesses. You're going to use questions from your customers to generate ideas for your content. And then you're going to brainstorm 7 days of content. That's going to be your template that you're going to repeat each week. And then with that, you're going to create eye-catching content using Canva, which is the best thing to ever be created, canva.com. They actually will help you create content. They have a full library of free photos, free video, free everything. You guys, before Canva, we used to sit there and create stuff like Neanderthals on Photoshop and then have to resize it. Canva's the best thing ever. Yes, they have a free option. Upgrade it to the paid option. It's worth it. It's $15 a month. I'm telling you, okay, besides running my own business, I also work full-time for a Fortune 500 company. And let me tell you something, we use Canva because it's just that amazing. But this is how you're going to be able to easily create your 30 days of content within this system. And here is what it looks like, canva.com. Go over. I don't get a referral for it. It's just great. Listen, you guys are going to love it. All right. So next I have, oh, I missed the slide. Did I? Okay, that's what Canva looks like, canva.com. Okay. So next you're going to schedule for success. Now with that, you got to create a content calendar, and you're going to schedule your posts with Later. Later is the other tool I use for everything. It is Later app. I think it's later.app or laterapp.com. You'll find it on there. It's linked through my presentation. Here's what Later does for you. It is going to show you exactly when you need to post. It's going to give you a schedule you can easily drag and drop content into. You write your copy in there, you tag stuff, you put everything in there, all of your hashtags and things like that. You can actually tag other accounts right from there. And it's so important to do this on a scheduling because here's the thing with Instagram, it's all about consistency. So unless you're sitting there and posting content on a consistent basis, the algorithm's never going to show you to anybody. So unless, listen, that's a pretty cute dog, but nobody's going to see him if I'm the kind of person that posts once a month. Don't post once a month. You've got to post 3 to 4 times a week as a business. But with the combination of using Canva and then Later as your scheduler, guys, it's so easy. Listen, these tools that have come around in the last couple of years, it is a game changer for social media. And I'm telling you, you can check them both out for free. And if you have questions, I will be more than helpful with you with that. Because here's the thing, for reference, the general benchmark for good engagement on Instagram is somewhere between 1 to 5%, but the average engagement rate on business counts was about 0.83 through 2021, right? That means you've got to just get that content going, even to get that engagement rate of less than 1% there. It's just how it is. Oh, that's my timer telling me that I should be going into my Q&A, but let me cover something
You're good.
quickly.
You're good.
Am I?
You're
okay.
good. You're good.
Okay. Well, I want to get to the workshopping, the live accounts. That's why I'm rushing through this. And they'll have these slides. Here's what Later looks like. You guys are also going to sign up for that. This is how it looks inside Later. See how it has the little daily scheduling? This is a week planner. I can drag and drop these photos into that. I just upload my video, drag and drop it into here, put my copy in, schedule it. And when you have the paid account, it's actually going to tell you your best times to post. So you don't even have to guess. After about 30 days of posting, I think it is, or no, I think they ask you for 50 posts, then they can really start telling what is the best time for you to post and just do what they say. There's no more guesswork anymore. You don't even have to dig into your insights because they're going to do it for you. Like I said, it's like the best $15 you're ever going to spend. So sign up for that later. Oh, it is. It's app.later.com. Again, it's linked right within my presentation, as you can see, because I just clicked over to it. Okay. There was one. Okay, look how cool this is. And later, guys, it gives you a preview view. It'll show you what you're, wait, Stephanie, do you guys use this?
I don't.
No.
Oh, yeah, it gives you a preview of what your feed looks like. So you could just move the sucker around and be like, nah, I don't like the way that one looks. And then it also gives you an option to create a link. So then if you put the link in your profile, it makes your Instagram entirely linkable. So I can, within later, then tag each of these, even the ones that I have posted previously, with whatever link I want it to go to. So some of these might go to my YouTube channel, some of them might go to my training. It just is a really easy way for people to then navigate how they want to find you. And as a business, it's awesome. I'm telling you guys, 14-day free trial. Again, I'm not giving you a referral code because I don't even make money on this, but I love them so much. I couldn't do any of my work without it. All right, here's our workshopping. We have to get into this. I want to show you 2 accounts. One is a pet business and one's a pet influencer, and I want to show you why they're killing it. First of all, here's Wild Earth Pets. Wild Earth is a vegan dog food company. Yes, I said it, vegan dog food. I'm a vegan, and now my dog is too. I love them. Their account is amazing. They provide cruelty-free dog food treats and supplements that are not only good for dogs, but good for the world as well. Listen, one of the biggest problems with climate control and the climate problem is the fact that we are over, what do we call it? Over farming animals, and they don't do it in a sustainable or environmentally correct way. So we're creating all of this excess waste and gas problems, but they're doing it for profit. So they're not interested in changing their system. So what we need to do is say, you know what, you're not changing your system. So we might be looking for other ways, because we care about the environment and we care about making sure that it's here for our, children and grandchildren. Anyway, Wild Earth is doing this. Here's what they got going on. They got 33,000 followers. Okay. They have 1,500 posts, which isn't even that much for 33,000 followers. And this is what their last 3 posts look like. They had one where it was April 8th, which was Dog Fighting Awareness Day, which we were bringing awareness to this problem that still goes on, not only in, the world. This stuff happens in the US as well. It is horrific. And they're like, hey, we're aware of this, and we want to make sure that, and they gave you some tips and information about how you can be supportive of, making sure that this kind of stuff is stopped. And then their next post was specifically about promoting their brand, which is Wild Earth. So you'll see it has a little dog. He's sitting on a dog food container. He has a bag behind him. And then their next post was just a dog running happily through the fields. So as a pet-based business, do you see how important this different content is? Instead of me simply posting pictures of my product one after one, what did I do? I have public awareness, I have my product, and then I have a feel-good animal running through the field. Because listen, as a pet owner, there is nothing I love more than watching other people's pets have fun. Sometimes I'll be on Instagram and look at my dog, and my dog gives me that look like, I'm sitting right here. We could be doing this. And Stephanie's laughing because she knows pets will guilt you like that, because I will just zone out watching other people's pets having fun. But this kind of content really is super engaging for their audience. They're super into it. In fact, let's go over, look at their account right now. Let's go peek. Oh, we're spying on them. This is live workshopping right here, guys. Okay, as you will notice, again, right here in their profile, they have an easy link to their website, so you can immediately go shopping. But here's the thing now, if we go here to the Wild Earth post here, they're like, hey, here's a little pup weekend field event, blah, blah, blah. They have some hashtags right here. Oh, and then they're like, hey, Wild Earth tote bags aren't going to unload themselves. And now you're like, wait, there's tote bags? I want to know more about that. Now, if I was them, I probably would have put a little more information to tell me how to get that tote bag. But I know you're now going to go back to the profile and be like, hey, I want to get some of that tote bag. I'm going to go back there. So again, you can see right through their feed how it's always different. They'll use in this one, as you've seen, the little quotes are very popular, this style. Again, Canva gives you templates for this stuff, guys. You don't have to sit there and be like, I wonder what's popular. When you open up Canva and then you open up the feature where you're going to create a new Instagram account, Instagram post, they give you suggestions. And guess what? That one on the left there, the little quote one, that's right in their template. You just drop your own words in there, maybe drop a new image behind it, put your logo on there. You're good to go. You're not sitting there designing or anything or having to really think about it. It's awesome. The same way with this little benefits of plant-based dog food. I know that they created that in Canva because I know the layout. And again, that's just an easy way to do it. But again, look at how the mixture of content they have. They have some product, they have happy dogs, they have people walking, they have more information about adopting a dog. Then they have the benefits of the plant-based dog food. They're doing a webinar. Actually, it was a Facebook Live event kind of thing. So if you do currently have a pet-based business, I highly recommend go and look at one of the businesses that you really like interacting with, and then see the different content that they're creating. And basically, you can just copy it. So you know that little content calendar I was talking about? Here's what I would write down for my 7 days. Day number 1, it would be animal awareness. Day number 2, product. Day number 3, feel good. Day number 4, quote. Day number 5, video of animals walking, or maybe a customer, customer sent video of them interacting with their animals. Day number 5 could be a live event. Super easy to do live events within Instagram and Facebook as well. Day number 6, oh, this is great. How can I be a better pet parent? With that one, I would make sure if I was doing a story, I put an interactive sticker on it. And then day number 7, again, what are we back to, guys? We're back to product. You see that? It's basically like they're using my template right there. I swear I don't work with this company, but this is what I'm saying. It's very easy to recreate what these other very popular brands are doing. And of course, using your own content and your own products and your own service and your own wording. Make sure it's always within your voice. And again, now we have the branding Wild Earth. They're really doing a great job on this. I love them not only as a company, but also as an example to workshop in a live event like this. Okay, let me go now over to the other side of this is what if you're not a business, but perhaps you want to build out an account as an influencer. Here's one of my favorite influencers ever. Stefanie and Scott, if you haven't heard of this guy, Willie the Platypus, they call him. He is a pit bull rescue. Yes, he's from Philadelphia like me, which I guess why I love him so much. He spent the first 7 years of his life chained up in, it was like some kind of automotive repair, like junkyard, literally. And the dog next to him that they also had chained up froze to death one night before they were finally able to save this poor dog. Here's the thing, you could look at a dog and be like, oh my God, 7 years of his life are gone. And that's really sad. And he was abused and he's never had a good life. This girl swooped in, adopted this dog, and gave him the world. He is so famous now. And let me tell you, it is well earned, because here is what she has done. And I can't even remember her name right now, which is horrible because I actually talk to her all the time. Instead of like sitting there and being like, I want to create an influencer account. She didn't start out to do that. She wanted to share videos to show people how happy this dog could be, even coming from this horrible situation, okay? She has 837 posts. I think her account's been up for 4 years now. 126,000 followers. If you go on there, look at all of her posts. 17,000 views, 29,000 views, 32,000 views. And guess what? She's not even using Canva to do this. She's literally just filming her dog every single day. There's never like some kind of like, I'm going to do a fancy TikTok. I need a song. I need a costume. I need a hat. She's just following her dog around because she takes him to the office, and she does provide a little bit of commentary, but it's really just getting to live this dog's life with him. And guys, she built up 126,000 followers. She's a legit influencer. And because they now have a platform, yes, she does a lot of animal rescue, outreach, advocacy. We love him for this. And not only that, Willie's is a rock star living his goddamn best life like he deserves. Even though the first 7 years were so rocky, you can do this too, even with your pet. Say you're like, hey, I don't know if my pet needs to be like a huge influencer like that, but there is a pet charity around me. I'd like to raise money. This is how you do it. And I'm telling you, she simply does it with reels and with videos, and none of them are fancy. Let's look at this one. Okay, this is a reel that she posted. Let me see if I can get the sound. Guys. That is content gold. Content gold. 5,000 likes. She didn't do anything other than pull out her phone and start shooting video. That's how easy it can be on the pet side. I mean, people love animals. So what I'm saying is, if you're like, hey, I want to start raising money for my favorite charity, this is how you do it. Show the personality of your pet and don't feel like you have to get fancy with it. Every one of her videos are like this. Okay, yes, they are dressed up in costume in this one. I will show you. She did a little editing there, but I mean, really, again, super simple stuff. Like, you can do this too. 7,000 likes. To see Willie not really open a bag. Guys, That's how you do it. That's how you kill it on Instagram like that. I'm pointing this out because of this. Many times when people come to me, by the time they come to me, what I see is somebody who is exhausted, exasperated, and just burned out already, because they're like, look, I bought all these courses and I did what they told me and it didn't work. And I'm like, I'm telling you right now, you are making your job harder than it needs to be, because that's not the world we live in anymore, where everything has to be so overproduced, especially when you're showing it from the animal side. Something like this, just seeing an animal being happy and maybe just using a squeaky voice like she does to be like, oh, Willie, whatever. You don't even have to talk. If you look at my account with Charlie, I don't even talk that much. I just put him up there. I did a reel with him. Okay, in fact, I have to pull up Charlie's account real quick. We got 10,000 views on this one reel. Do you guys want to see it? It's so silly. We just put a song on it. It wasn't, he's Charlie Chief Rocka, by the way, guys. If you want to go and follow him. It was a popular song. I was at my neighbor's pool and I turned it on. I was in the pool. He wasn't even in the pool. Okay. Where is this one? There's one that is 5,000. Oh, this one. No, this was the Pitbull one. Okay. Here he is playing in my house. And it's just the guy talking about how crazy white girls are for rescuing pit bulls, which is true. It's true. My Angel City pit bulls is pretty much like 95% just white girls that are like, we're just going to take these dogs. They're fine. It's good. We're not worried about it. But that got 10,000 views. Now imagine if I was like, and don't say imagine, actually, I did use it for this. When I was raising money for Angel City pit bulls, you can be sure everybody that was seeing that video then went back to his profile and donated to us. So we made our goal, and our goal this year was like $3,000. We crushed it, no problem. But that's what you can do with stuff like that. You just put a song on there, maybe one of the little funny quotes. All Charlie's doing is playing. That cost me maybe 10 minutes of my life, and I made my fundraising total. So think about what you could do for your business, your charity, or just to build up an influencing account to maybe use in the future. I mean, look, you can see my numbers right here. This one, 4,900 views for that. There was one where I was in the pool. It was so funny. I can't, oh, it was a video, I think. Was it a video? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, guys, it's easy. Let's go back to the rest of my presentation so we get there. That's my live workshopping. If you have questions, come to me afterwards. Okay, here you go. Get in contact with me. hello@boomtownmarketing.com. I answer all of my emails. I'm not that kind of person that ignores emails. I'm hyper responsive. Scott and Stephanie know that. And get in touch with me if you have questions. And of course, because you put up with me for this long, I have your social media planner. It's free. Download it here, bit.ly/new social media planner. And I will give you a success plan to start you on your way. Whew. Now we can do some Q&A. Do we have some questions and answers out there, or some questions out there that I can answer for you guys? If not, remember, you are going to have my entire presentation here to go back over at your leisure. Look, Q&A. There's Charlie. Charlie's his own model. He photographs beautifully. I didn't train him to do that. He just did it. So it works out well for both of us.
He is gorgeous.
Thank you. I
am taking a deep breath and processing everything that you just like lobbed at us. That was amazing.
I know. It's always a lot.
Oh my goodness. That is so awesome. So guys, do we have any questions out there before we start asking? I've had other people ask me, what is the difference between if you do a video on your Instagram or if you do a reel? And the other question, how long have you seen people take to grow a following with a new account?
Oh, okay. Let me answer that second question first. With a new account, there's no more rules. Okay. There's no more benchmarks. I've seen over the last year, people be able to grow an account from starting out nothing, okay, to 40,000 followers in 1 year. And yes, you can grow that fast. Again, it's just, Stephanie's like making wide eyes. Stephanie, there's one secret. It's consistency. It's like continuing to post stuff. But here's why people get faulty, because they think at first like, oh, okay, I'll do that. And then they set up a schedule for themselves and they start getting overwhelmed or thinking, well, I can't produce all that content because they're overproducing at this point. Again, if you have a pet, easy as pie, a couple of simple videos, like don't feel like everything has to be edited and pretty and TikTok dance moves. I know when they launched Reels over on, yeah, exactly. When they launched Reels over on Instagram, somebody came up with this formula that now everybody uses, where you play a song and then you point to a word and you point to a word and you point to, and everybody does that. How boring is that? You don't have to do that. It's not a rule. It's just one person saw it and you thought it looked cool. But guess what? To do that takes a lot of time. It's not 5 minutes to do that. First, you got to think about, all right, well, what's my message going to be? Let me write down what are my 5 bubbles going to be? And then I got to go and I got to like, all right, where am I going to film it? I got to look presentable, or what's my background going to be? Now I got to film it. I'm probably going to do it 20 times because I'm hypercritical of everything about myself. And then I've got to now go back and add the word bubble. It is a lot of work. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to create one of them and you're never going to do it again. And guess what's going to happen to your consistency of your Instagram schedule? Done. Let me tell you my secret. You'll notice on my feed, what I have recently started posting is Reels. Here's what I do. I sit in my car. I give a social media tip. No edits, no breaks. This is me just lobbing it out there once. I might take 3 takes because usually the first one, my tongue is still tripping over itself. By the second one, I'm kind of like, I know what to say. Third one, I kick it out. I'm usually picking up Charlie from day camp. I don't have that much time anyway. I put that on a reel. I reshare it onto my feed. I reshare it on story. I'm done. That is my content schedule now. And that's what you guys can do too. The only difference with a video and a reel is with a reel, it gives you the ability to edit within the application. So what I could do is I could take a part of a video and then edit in a still photo and edit in music. But again, that editing takes a lot of time. So you can do like an easier version of that, or depending on what kind of business you are, you could just do a talking head thing, or just film your pet, like you're a pet store and you just want to like, have film a pet and then talk about your products. You can do that too, but you do that within Reels because you can actually do it on the fly within your phone. Whereas a video, usually what happens is you create that video offline somewhere and then upload it. That's the only difference. And remember, IGTV has now been phased out. That's where the videos used to live. They now live within your feed, so it doesn't even matter. But again, because Reels is still new to Instagram, whenever a tool launches, a platform launches a new tool, you want to use that tool. So because they're like, hey, Reels are new and we support them, use Reels for everything because they're going to give you a much bigger audience for it. And like I said, you guys can look at my feed. It's at Boomtown Marketing. My whole content strategy now is I shoot a reel, I reshare it to stories, I reshare it on my posts, and that's it. And the great thing about Reels is too, they give you the option to caption it. So I do my video talking, I pull it into Reels, I click on the button that says caption this. Now I have captions built in too. So somebody can just sit there and watch me, and maybe they don't want the audio on and they can still see what I'm saying. And that all happens in Reels, and it's super easy. I'm telling you guys, game changer. Because here's the thing, when you're a business, especially if you're starting out, maybe you don't have a marketing team, you don't have a social media person, you're trying to do this yourself. We're going for fast and easy. And like I said, go back and even look at the stuff that Wild Earth did. Their stuff is not overproduced at this point. And don't feel like I've seen other people do it. Pointing, I'm going to do the pointing thing, or I'm going to use this super popular song. Here's what I hate, okay? All of these social media experts now, they're all like, use the super popular song. First of all, if you have a business account, that's not open to you. Secondly, yes, you're right. I'm going to use the super popular song, and Instagram knows it's popular. It's going to send it to everyone. And my video is going to get 10,000 views. And you know what's going to happen to my followers? 0. Nobody's going to follow me. Nobody's going to my profile. Nobody's going to do what I want. You're just getting thrown into the sausage grinder of that algorithm that does nothing for your business. So don't follow the hype of like, I'm going to use the popular song or the popular like little word thing. Like the thing that I used for Charlie that got 10,000 views. It got 10,000 views because I used the comedic sketch that was super popular at the time. I forget the guy's name because, Instagram was, putting it out there. But Charlie's account followers grew by 0. Nobody followed him. I got 10,000 views on that video, but nobody followed him. That doesn't grow your business. So I'm just saying, don't believe the hype of that stuff. There's all these experts out there that tell you stuff like that, but it doesn't work, guys. It doesn't work at all. It doesn't convert. But look at the real accounts, like I said, like the real dog or cat influencers, where you're like, wow, how are they doing it? They're doing it because their pets are real, because they have a personality, because people connect with them. And again, what you do in influencing is you build that platform and then you drive that traffic to wherever that's going to be. Whether I'm going to be working with a pet charity or whether I'm going to start my own pet business, you can do it like that. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You had another part to your question, which now I think I forgot.
You covered it. I think you got it. I really do.
Okay.
I'm sitting here nodding, going, I've thought about doing that. We've done that. No, we didn't do that. No, we're not going to do that.
It doesn't work. It takes too much time and it doesn't work.
Exactly. And for our rescue groups that have been on this weekend, and for the ones that are trying to get out there to drive fundraising, this is invaluable, guys. Yeah. So that's why I've been saying, if you don't have an Instagram account yet, start one. Yeah. And if you do, go back and watch this. No, maybe 2 or 3 times.
Anybody who's part of the summit that works with an animal rescue, I'm giving you an hour free of my time. You're going to set up a free hour consultation with me, and I'm going to help you and this is anybody specifically working with a charity. I'm giving you an hour of my time for free, and I'm going to help you set up your schedule and show you exactly what you need to be doing. Yeah, absolutely. I'm all about the animal rescue.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I don't even care what you're rescuing. Porcupines, possums, dogs, cats, lizards, rats. I don't care. I will help you with this. Animal rescue, again, close to my heart my entire life. So yeah, and sometimes you just need somebody to like show you that quick path and it'll be fine. But it can be a lot, you know?
It can't be a lot. Thank you so much for doing that. And we'll get that. He's got that. We'll get that information out in the comments for everybody and on the group. Bleh, I get tongue-tied. Yeah. And like I said, everybody who's listening, go back and watch it again. Everybody who's catching the replays, you're probably going to want to watch that again too. Yeah. So we will go ahead and wrap up. I cannot thank you enough.
One thing again, I just want to reiterate everything I talked about in my slides. I know I went really fast, but I linked everything I talked about, so you won't have to go and search for it. So like the later app's in there, Canva's in there, and the Instagram accounts that I was exampling for you, workshopping. Just so you know that it's all hot links. So just download my slideshow and you'll get all that.
Okay, we will do that. Stefanie, thank you again for coming on with us today. We really appreciate you. You rock, girl. You rock.
Thank you so much. I love you guys. I can't wait to see you both in person very soon.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Oh.